Alright, exercise 11. Study this diagram and answer the questions which follow. You can look at this diagram here. First of all, let's review what we learned last time. Someone please tell me, hit a serve, what does that mean? What does that mean? Yes? Can the other ones hear that? Yes or no? Open, tell me again.
To hit the ball to the other player as a way of starting the game.
Alright. Yeah, so we learned last time hit a serve. That means here from our last lesson, to hit the ball to the other player as a way of starting the game, right? So today, what do we need to do? You can look at playing a tennis match. And number one, you just need to answer those two questions. Number one, are there any other examples of the past continuous in the text? And complete this rule. When we use the simple past and the past continuous in the same sentence, we use the what to talk about the background action and the something to talk about a shorter completed action, right? Okay, do that. Mình here được okay. There. Oh, you want to sit here next to her? No problem. Yeah, up to you. Up to you. So you can look at the diagram there. You see, somewhere in the past, you see the hit a serve. Let's say that is a point in the past, okay? And then you see it present at the arrow, right? Present. It's like that. So that's how we can use the simple past and the past continuous tense. Now tell me, which one is the simple past? 31. Which one is the simple past point? Tell me. Yeah, hit a serve. That point. Okay. Please speak louder. I can't hear you. Seriously. If you still speak softly like that, I will never answer anything again. Okay. So hit a serve is the point in the past, and then we say something happened in the past, and that was happening, and then something else just happened somewhere in between. Okay. Now they ask, number one, are there any other examples of the past continuous in the text? Do we have any? What's that? Where? Yeah. Yeah. Which one? Yes, in fact, why they were training, right? So you can write it there, okay, why they were training. Yeah? All right, complete this rule. When we use the simple past and the past continuous in the same sentence, we use the what to talk about the background action. Which one? Which one should be the background action? Yes, the past continuous, right? So you can fill it there. The past continuous. All right. We use the past continuous to talk about the background action. There is something which was happening, right? And the what to talk about the shorter completed action. Yeah, past simple. Okay. or simple past. Doesn't matter. The past simple. To talk about the shorter completed action. So in this case, hit a serve. That is the shorter completed action. Okay, got it? So that's how you can use the simple past tense and also the past continuous tense in the same sentence. All right. So be careful and remember what I always tell you, that when you want to make when you want to use a complicated sentence or a complex sentence, you need to use that with the right grammar like that. Okay. You cannot just write two sentences. Actually, they are two separate sentences, and you try to combine them by using a comma, and then you add and then you add them all together. You think that is the complicated sentences? That is a complicated sentence, or that is something like a complex sentence? But actually, it's not. There are still some separate sentences. Do you understand? It's totally different from something like this. So don't even think that when you try to put all of the several sentences together in one sentence, and then you will get a high score. Got it? Alright, now exercise 12. Complete the sentences by putting the verb in brackets in the correct form of the past continuous or past simple. Okay? Do it. Alright, finished? Okay. Now let's fix that. Number 1, Toeing, read that. Yes, while she was playing basketball, her phone rang. So the first one is what? Which tense is that? Past continuous tense. And the second one? Yeah, past simple. And you see that when we said why she was playing basketball, now tell me the function of these things, of these tenses. The past continuous tense works as what? Someone else, please, if you understand what I'm talking about.
Talking about two actions in the past, and the one was happening and one is suddenly happened.
Yeah, so now yeah, you're right. Now I'm talking about words playing. And we are using the past continuous tense, right? So what kind of action is that? Look at number 2. Look at the rule number 2 in exercise 11 again and tell me. What kind of action is that? Yes, that is the background action. Was playing. Why she was playing basketball, so that is the background action, remember that, okay? That is the background action. And how about ran? What is that? That is the shorter. That is the shorter completed action. You understand? Okay. Now number 2, Ngọc Anh.
He felt while was running for the ball.
No. Thiên Nga.
He was felt while running for the ball.
No. Minh.
He felt while running for the ball.
Yeah, kind of acceptable. What else? We have one more way. Try to use the simple past tense and also the past continuous tense. That's what I want you to use. Tự.
He fell while was running for the ball.
Why what?
Was running for the ball.
No, wrong. Still wrong. What are you doing? What are you missing? Quỳnh Hương. Yes, he fell while he was running for the ball. You missed the subject, guys. What are you doing? You cannot just say why was running for the ball, right? But you can say why running for the ball. Okay? So you can either say he fell while running for the ball, or he fell while he was running for the ball. Okay? Actually, why running for the ball is just a short form of why he was running for the ball. We have to understand it like that. And that is the past continuous tense there. Okay? And the one before that is the simple past tense. Okay, now just tell me one more time. Ngọc Anh, why he was running for the ball, what kind of action is that? You still don't understand anything? Yes, that is the background action. How about the one before that? Look at rule number 2 again and give me the right answer. Thiên Nga.
He failed is the background action.
Wrong. Anh Minh.
While running for the ball is the background action, and the action he felt is the short complete action.
Use the right words. I need you to use the correct words. The what? He fell. He fell. What is that?
Talk about the short complete action.
Yes. Yep. All right. That is the shorter completed action. Now, guys, when you answer that, try to answer with the correct grammar as well. Okay? You don't just give me any kind of answers. Why we have the answers right there. Why you still use the wrong words? Why is that? What is complete action or what? We have the shorter completed action, right? It's right there in front of you, right? Number 3, tự.
It started to rain in the middle of the race.
Yes, it started to rain in the middle of the race. Which tense is this?
Past simple.
Why? Why do we need to use that?
Finished the whole race and it started at the middle like it happened.
Finish the race. the race is finished, and then it started to rain.
It started raining in the middle of the race.
So what does that mean?
Like while the race was happening,
Uh-huh.
it started to rain.
Yes,
In the middle.
yes. Not like the race stopped and then it started to rain, right? So it started to rain in the middle of the race. So now, even though we don't have the past continuous tense here, but at least we still can understand we have some kind of something in the background, right? What is in the background?
The rain was happening.
Yes, the race. The background thing. Okay? So that's the race. And something jumped in the middle, something jumped somewhere inside. And then we have that started, right? Started to rain. Alright, now number 4, Quỳnh Hương. Yeah, it was raining during the race. Which tense is that? Yeah, past continuous tense. Why is that? Yeah, this is the background action. Because you see the word? Yeah, during the race. When we say during the race, that means we are talking about a range of time, right? It's not like one point of time. It's just a range of time. Okay? We have a range of time, so that's why we need something like happening, you know? Kind of something happen continuously. It's not like only one action, right? So that's why we need to use the past continuous tense here. Do you understand? Be very careful because, so that's why they put those two sentences next to each other, right? You see the one, number 3 and number 4, you see those two sentences, right? So the one before that, it started to rain in the middle of the race. We are talking also about the rain and also about the race. Number 4, we also have rain and race, right? But number 3, we need to use the simple past tense. Why number 4, we have to use past continuous tense. Because something, the difference here is that like number 3 is about one point in time, right? And number 4 is kind of a range of time. Yeah? Okay, done. So guys, please look and check and read just to make sure that next time when you do writing or speaking, you need to use the right grammar, okay? You cannot just jump in and write or do whatever you like and then in the end you ask like, oh, why I got a very low points for this? Why is I answered it correctly? Why I still got it wrong? You know, a low point. Why? It's very simple because it's wrong. Even though you think, oh, if you say like, you think that's correct, but it's wrong. All right, number 13. Complete the sentences with your own ideas. Oh, okay, this is your own ideas, so you can write whatever you like, right? Number 1, why Michael Jordan was running down the court, blah, 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 something. Number 2, David Beckham injured his knee, why, blah, blah. And then 3, Jack Nicklaus was taking a shot when something. Now do it. All right. Now give me some of your answers. Number one. Who's next? Okay, tôi. The what? The audience? Yeah. Clap their hand. Yes, that's right. It's correct. Why Michael Jordan was running down the court? So that is the past continuous tense. So we just need the simple past tense there, right? So you can add whatever you like. Okay. The audiences clap their hand. Things like that. Okay, clapped their hands. Remember, clapped in the simple past form of that. Yeah. Okay. Now number two, Ngọc Anh. Why he was participating in the competition? Yeah, it's okay. Yes, so you know that you need to use the past continuous tense after that, right? Okay, Thi Nga, number three.
Jack Nicklaus was taking a shot when the crowd was cheering.
No, it's still wrong. It's wrong. Why do you use two past continuous tense in the same sentence? Mừng.
Jack Nicklaus was taking a shot when the weather was bad.
Yeah, when the weather was bad. Yeah, bad. Yeah, okay. So you need a simple past tense there, right? After when, you need the simple past tense. Before when, you need the past continuous tense, right? Okay. Now, do you have any questions after completing those three exercises? Any questions? Remember, you need to review them all, okay? Either here or at home. Because we don't just do some exercises just for fun. We don't just do it for the sake of doing exercises. You understand? Because doing this doesn't mean anything. You just fill in a few words. Does it make any sense? No. You just fill in a couple of words. It doesn't help at all. You understand? The most important thing here is you need to understand all of the grammatical points, and then you must be able to apply them in your speaking and writing test. So you need to learn them. You need to learn how to write them correctly and learn how to use those tenses properly. Okay? Alright, now let's move on to exercise 14, global understanding. This section focuses on questions which check your understanding of the text as a whole. Read the text and choose the correct letter A, B, or C. Tip 14, tự read that.
For this question type, do not choose the answer based just on one paragraph. We need to read the whole text in order to choose the correct summary.
Yeah, got it? Yeah, guys? You need to read the whole text in order to choose the correct summary. Do not choose an answer based just on one paragraph. Because if you just read one paragraph, you say, oh, that is the summary of the whole thing. No, it's wrong. Oh, this type of question, look at that. What is the best title of, for this article? When they ask for the main idea or the general idea or the best title for this article or something, that means you need to read everything. You understand? You cannot just give the best title by reading just one or two paragraphs. It doesn't make any sense. You need to read the whole thing. And then you get the main point. And then you read all of the titles there. And then you can say which one is the best. Got it? Now do it. Read that carefully and underline all of the words you don't understand and ask me later. Done? Alright, now what's the answer? A, B or C? C. What problems did Beckham have during his football career? A. What has Beckham achieved during his career? Anything else? Anything else? So do you agree with that? You agree with A and C? Well, each one of you give me the answer. So Quỳnh Hương, you chose A, right? Tôi and C. The other guys, tell me.
I choose B.
Something A, B, C. Well, actually, we have information for all of those things, right? For all of those titles, we have at least some information related to that. Okay, now let's check each one of them. Yeah. So A, what has Beckham achieved during his career? The best title for this article is what has Beckham achieved during his career, for example. So that means that you need to read the whole thing and you must see all the information, or most of the information is about that, right? Where can you see something like Beckham has achieved during his career? Like what? Where? Which one? What are his achievements?
The first paragraph.
Yeah,
Line number 3.
yeah,
Bottom.
yeah.
With United, he won the Premier League title 6 times.
Yeah.
The FA Cup twice and the UEFA Champions League in 1999.
Yeah, so those are his achievements, right? So with United, he won the Premier League title 6 times, the FA Cup twice, and the UEFA Champions League in 1999, right? So that's one. More about his achievements. Because if you agree that A is the answer, then we need to have a lot. Yeah?
It took 3 years before Beckham was allowed to play for England again, and in 2002 he
Redeemed himself.
redeemed himself by scoring a penalty in 1-0 victories again in Argentina.
Yeah, that kind of things he did. But when we talk about achievement, then we need about some kind of rewards or something very clear, much better than just like winning only 1 or 2 battles or 1 or 2 games. You understand? What else? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is kind of his achievement, like kind of he became rich in those years, right? Actually, until now he's still rich, but they don't mention until now, so we just know that in those years he was very rich, right? It can be kind of his achievement. So you see, like we have some, right? With United, he won the Premier League title 6 times, the FA Cup twice, and the UEFA Champions League in 1999. So that's the first thing. And also the kind of the last paragraph, we see something there, kind of just mentioning that he earned a lot of money, right? Okay, so that's all for A. Now let's check for B. Despite all the media attention, was Beckham a good football player? Does it mention anything to answer that? Like what? I want to see something like media attention and also something answering whether he's a good football player or not. Tell me.
For media attention, while his career, he was kick somebody and get a red card.
Which paragraph? Paragraph 3, where is that?
Is line number 3, line number 3.
Yeah.
Beckham kicked someone and was given a red card. And after that, consequences when England went to lose the game.
And that's what? In retaliation, Beckham kicked someone and was given a red card, consequently, blah, blah, something like that. So what is that? What is that about?
Like his fault.
Yeah.
Because he kicked someone.
So that is about what? In B.
About the media attention.
Media attention? Yeah, okay.
Under there they have like portrayed very negatively by media.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Beckham became hated by football fans and was portrayed very negatively by the media. So something about media there, right? Okay. Yeah. What else? Something about answering, was Beckham a good football player?
Anything is like achieved in his career in English. That proof he's a good player.
No, I need some real sentences.
Like,
Yeah, give me something else. Okay, someone else, please. Go. Yeah.
Despite Beckham's good looks and famous marriage to Victoria Beckham, he was actually an exceptionally good footballer.
Yes, so that's the first thing. They already answered that, right? Despite Beckham's good looks and famous marriage to Victoria Beckham, he was actually an exceptionally good footballer. So that's the first one. He already answered that. What else? You should find a lot. Yes, his former boss, Alex Ferguson, praised David for always trying hard, playing with supreme confidence and scoring important goals, right? Yes, so you found 2 more.
The last paragraph.
Yeah.
Although he is now retired from football, reports claim that he earned more money than he did as a successful footballer.
No. That one doesn't prove that he's a good footballer, right? Because if you say, oh no, he's now retired from football, he retired already. Reports claim that he earns more money now than he did as a successful footballer. So now he earned a lot of money because of what? Because of football? No, because of what? Yes, because of the brand endorsement. So it doesn't answer the question whether he's a good football player, right? But at least you can see the word successful footballer. Yes, as a successful footballer. So that means that he must be good, right? Okay, I agree with a successful footballer, but not the whole thing. Okay, what else? What else? Must be a lot.
It
Yeah.
took 2 years
Yes. Yeah, that paragraph, yeah, it took 3 years before Beckham was allowed to play for England again, and in 2002, he redeemed himself by scoring a penalty in a 1-0 victory against Argentina. It showed us he was a good footballer, yes, more. Nothing? Really? You only see some tiny thing, but you miss the big thing. You cannot just say someone is a good footballer just based on 1 or 2 matches, remember? They need some titles. He must win something to say that, okay, to be accepted as a very good or a very successful footballer. He cannot just, just play well in 1 or 2 matches. We don't care whether he win in 1 or 2 matches, right? So something you say like by scoring a penalty in a 1-0 victory against Argentina, just 1 match, it's too small to say that he's a good or a bad one. What else? Give me something big. Yeah. Yeah.
With United, he won the Premier League title 6 times, the FA Cup twice, and the UEFA Champions League in 1999. He later went on to play for Real Madrid and LA Galaxy.
Yes, that's right. Right? With United, he won the Premier League title 6 times, the FA Cup twice, and the UEFA Champions League in 1999. And he didn't stop there. He later, when he got old, he later went on to play for Real Madrid and LA Galaxy. Okay? And also, he started his career very, very early in his life. His professional career began with Manchester United in 1992 at the age of 17. Do you think that it's easy to get into Manchester United at the age of 17? If you're not good? No, it's almost impossible for you to get in there at the age of 17 if you were a very bad football player, right? It must be good to do that. So you see the whole paragraph mentioned about that. And also in international football, he made his England debut in 1996 at the age of 21, and he was also made captain in 2002. He was made captain in 2002. Do you think a bad football player can be made a captain? No, right? Yeah, and has short spells at AC Milan and Paris Saint-Germain. And the whole paragraph, we already said about that, right? We discussed about that already. And the next paragraph, we see some trouble, right? Some trouble. But at the end, he got back. It took 3 years before Beckham was allowed to play for England. So you see the whole article almost talking about whether he's a good football player or not, right? So B is the right answer, not A or C. Yeah, A they mentioned a little bit. How about C? What problems did Beckham have during his football career? Do we see all of the problems in the entire article? Did he get all of the problems there? No. Where can you find the problem? It looked like only 1 paragraph, right? Yeah, his football career was not always easy. However, during the 1999 World Cup, in a game against Argentina, he was fouled by the player Diego Simeone. In retaliation, Beckham kicked Simeone and was given a red card. Consequently, when England went on to lose the game and go out of the World Cup, Beckham became hated by football fans and was portrayed very negatively by the media. So that's his problem, but only one. Yeah? Can you find any other trouble he got? Any problems? No, not much, right? So C, yes, of course they added there, okay? They give you something just to make sure that you will be confused, and you might choose that, right? But it's not the main thing here, because if that is the main thing, you must find those things very easily. It must be everywhere for you to see. Okay? And A, yeah, you see something, but not that much. C also, you see something, but not that much. Only B, they discuss in the whole article. Got it? So if they ask you what is the best title for this article, so that's B, because they mention a lot. Yeah, got it? Yeah, be very careful. Guys, why they ask you to do this? Because in IELTS test, reading test, normally they have some part called heading. Okay, matching headings. And then you need to read some paragraphs, and then you need to match that with the right heading. So of course, you need to read the paragraph and you fill out the main idea in that paragraph. And of course, they will mention a lot of things, some tiny things, and you can see it in most of the headings. You can see that. Okay, but you need to find kind of the main idea or the most important things there, or the one they discuss a lot, and that is the right heading. You understand? Now, anything you don't understand, please ask. Just ask.
In part or line number 2, followed by
Come again?
in part or line number 2, followed by.
Yeah, he was followed by the player Diego Simeone. Followed by, what does that mean?
That means all the player have a bad behavior on the course.
Yes, yeah.
On David.
Yeah, he was followed by someone. Okay, by the player Diego Simeone. That means that Diego Simeone maybe hit him, or maybe just maybe not kind of in purpose, but make some kind of mistakes with him during playing. Okay, so that's foul. Was fouled by that player. That means that player didn't follow the rule. Okay, they did something to him. Okay, maybe stop him or something like that while playing. Okay, so that's a foul. Bị lỗi đó, bị phạm lỗi bởi. Okay. Anything else?
Paragraph 3,
Yeah.
number 1,
Yeah.
short spells.
Yeah, and has short spells at AC Milan and Paris Saint-Germain. He was also made captain in 2002 and has short spells. So you can underline that, has short spells at that place or at those clubs. So can you guess the meaning? Yeah, that means that has short spells, that kind of has short time playing there, playing for those clubs. Okay? Has short spells, I mean has short time playing at those two clubs, AC Milan and Paris Saint-Germain. What else? Yeah, in retaliation, we can try to guess the meaning here, right? During the 1998 World Cup, in the game against Argentina, he was fouled by the player Diego Simeone. In retaliation, Beckham kicked Simeone. So in retaliation, after he was fouled by that player, and then he kicked him. So that means that is retaliation. So what does that mean? kind of revenge. Yes, because someone did some bad things to you, so you try to do the bad things again to him or her. So it is in retaliation. Trả đũa, để trả đũa hay là ok. What else? Yeah. Yes, okay. So he redeemed himself by scoring a penalty. So here, it took, you can guess the meaning, right? It took 3 years before Beckham was allowed to play for England again after the mistake he made a couple of years ago, right? And in 2002, he redeemed himself by scoring a penalty in a victory against Argentina, right? So can you guess the meaning? He redeemed himself?
He make up for his fouls in the past. Like he fixed it.
Yeah, kind of he fixed the mistake, okay? Or he tried to find himself again, or he tried to take back his glory, okay? So he redeemed himself by scoring that. That means that he made a mistake and then he understood that, okay? He made a mistake, he understood that, okay? He said, okay, now I need to do something to fix that mistake, okay? So that means that he redeemed himself by doing that, by scoring a penalty in that victory, okay? Tức là để sửa lỗi hay để lấy lại danh dự hay gì đó cũng được ha. Alright, anything else? Yeah. Yeah, brand endorsements. A large portion of which came from brand endorsements. You can guess the meaning as well, right? In 2014, it was documented that he earned £50.5 million, a large portion of which came from brand endorsements for companies such as Adidas, Sky Sports and Samsung. So, brand endorsements, do you understand brand? Brand endorsements, can you guess? What does that mean? That means you run some kind of advertisements for those brands. Just like these days, all of the famous people, they do that, right? You are famous, so you will kind of become the representative of some other brands. You try to advertise them, you know, help them. Of course, they will pay you back. Yeah, they will pay you money. Là cái gì ta? Brand endorsements. Đại diện cho thương hiệu hay quảng cáo cho thương hiệu đó ha, quảng cáo cho thương hiệu. Đại diện thương hiệu, quảng cáo thương hiệu nhé. So guys, try to learn all of those phrases, like he redeemed himself, brand endorsements. Otherwise, if you try to explain that thing, you may write which came from like doing advertisements for some brands, you know. So it's not professional, right? But if you say brand endorsements, that's correct. So that's why in the beginning, when you say something like complete action or something, I just said, I don't know. Please use the correct words. That is the shorter completed action. Don't just say the complete action. Why? We already have the right one, right? You just use the right one. You understand? So here we have the phrase or the words brand endorsements. Just use that. Otherwise, you have to say he ran a lot of advertisements for many famous brands to earn money. You understand? Mình học những cụm từ, những câu cú đi chung với nhau này kia và kiểu ha, để mình nói hay viết cho nó pro lên. Thay vì mình cứ phải diễn giải liên tục thì mình đã có những cụm từ sẵn. Cho nên các bạn về nhà nhớ đọc và học thêm nhiều. You understand? Yeah? Nghe cho nó pro lên. Ví dụ như he has short spells. If you don't learn like he and has short spells, you have to do what? They just say what?
Short time.
Like he attended, you know, he participated in AC Milan for a short time, things like that. Okay? Yeah. It's okay, but of course this one is better. Yeah. Or in international football, he made his England debut, okay, in 1996 at the age of 21. So what does that mean? If you had to explain that, you say something like that was the first time he played for England. Okay? Yeah. All right, anything else? No? That's all? Okay. Good. To take your time, even here or at home, to read this a couple of times, okay? To learn how to use those new phrases we have just learned, like made his England debut, has short spells, in retaliation, he redeemed himself, brand endorsements, things like that. Learn how to use them properly. Okay? Oh, we have exam skills after this. Okay, guys, before this, we need to have a short break. Yeah? Alright guys, let's continue. Exam skills, exercise 15. Using all the skills you have learned in this lesson, read the text and complete the multiple choice task which follows. A brief history of football. Read that and answer only 4 questions, not much. Okay, do it. Alright guys, that's it for today. We'll fix this tomorrow, okay?